Assalamu alaikum. My name is Adnan Ahmed and I make videos for YouTube. Today we will talk about listening in IELTS, and I would give you a few techniques that you might use while attempting your IELTS listening. So listening is considered after reading. Reading is the most tough module that is considered among the students or the migrants who are appearing in IELTS. But listening is also a tough task. How you can make it easy for you to score good in IELTS? So the first technique is be habitual to listen British accent. That is the very first thing. Because we are not native, the way we speak, English people don't speak the way we speak. Because we are born here, our mother tongue, I'm talking about Pakistan and India. Indian people speak Hindi or any of their mother tongue. We speak normally Urdu or any of our mother tongue. So it's not that easy for a student to switch quick on British accent. The first thing is you must know the British accent, what they call a certain thing in British accent. I hope you understand what I mean. Second thing is you must have sufficient British vocabulary. British vocabulary in a sense, normal vocabulary. It's not that you have to prove yourself like John Keats or William Shakespeare. It's very ordinary kind of vocabulary words that you should know before appearing in IELTS. For example, if they say cats, cat is an animal, and if you write cat in your answer sheet, then obviously your answer is going to get considered wrong. So you must have listening practice enough to discriminate about the singular and plural. That was the third technique. Fourth technique is listen to BBC News or Al Jazeera News. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to. But make it a habit. You should listen to BBC 1 to 2 times, 3 times, as much time as you can. You should spend time on BBC's listening news, and you should try to understand what they are saying. You should get at the bottom line of the whole story. Obviously, for a newcomer who has never spoken in English, who has never appeared in an exam like IELTS, it's not going to be very easy for him to get the things quickly, to understand the things quickly, or to respond to them rapidly. It takes time, obviously. So that is the technique that you can go for, BBC English news. What the major mistake here, I have to mention one thing. Major mistake people do, and many people on YouTube tell you to watch English movies. Now what happens? You go straight away to English movies. You are not habitual. You don't understand the British accent or the American accent even. And what do? You read the subtitle. You try to write down what they are saying. So that is not the appropriate way to boost up your listening skills, because you will get bored very quickly. That will becomes bothering for you, and obviously you don't want to get bothered with your IELTS test. You have to show your interest, you have to show passion, you have to show if I may say craze of learning this language. So these were few techniques, and the next technique is the mistake that most of the students make: do not go for English movies straight away. Do not do this. It's not going to help you. Trust me. You can practice it. If you don't believe me what I'm saying, stopping you not to watch movies straight away, if you will go to English movies, it's not going to help you build up your listening skills. That's all. That's it. This is experimented for the newcomers who are going to appear in IELTS exam for the first time. Yes, the people who have appeared in IELTS 2-3 times, they know the techniques may be better than me. I have appeared 4 times, but might know better techniques, because they may have joined there are certain institutions now who are giving quality education regarding IELTS exam. Next technique is practice test. Go on YouTube, there are plenty practice tests that are given to you, same like the way you are being examined in IELTS examination hall. Like, put it on, take your time, answer all the answers, transfer on the answer sheet, and check your answers, that how many answers are correct, and then you can uh, uh, like calculate your band score in that particular module in which you are like practicing. One thing I forgot to tell you in the start of the video, that the people who are not regular, people who are not like they want to appear in IELTS exam, they haven't selected any date yet, and they are just taking it easy. Don't take it easy, otherwise trust me, you are not going to score high, you are not going to meet the normal threshold, even you are a student or you are going for immigration purposes. So you have to keep these few techniques in mind. Next technique that I have written down first through my own experiences, that don't mix up the words. For instance, they say 13, 13, and 30 and 13. There is hell of difference. 13 is not 30. 30 is completely different figure than 13. So you must have practice before appearing in IELTS listing to discriminate between the words, two words, which look sometimes similar to a illiterate person like me. Don't get confused. And the next is handwriting. Your handwriting must be understandable. There is no compromise. Even if you have written the right spellings, if they are confusing the examiner that what have you written, if E is not visible, E for elephant, if A is not looking like A alphabet, your answer is going to get considered wrong. Then let's come to the next point, spelling. Spelling must be correct, your handwriting must be correct, your handwriting must be understandable, should be written neat and clean. First thing that I want to share with you is that while preparing for IELTS, your full focus, mentally you should relax. Before appearing to the IELTS exam, you should take your full sleep. Mentally you must be relaxed, and you have practiced a lot. Listening is something that comes with practice. The more you listen, the more you boost up this ability of listening in IELTS. Not only in IELTS, but to improve your communication skills. You might know that the more you listen and the more you practice to speak, your speaking even gets better with the passage of time, provided you keep practicing. Practice is the main thing. Next step is listening to the members who are communicating with each other in the IELTS exam. Anna, James. Now the question regarding Emma would be taken from the conversation or from the answers of from the communication, from the conversation of Anna. Normally what major mistake the students do is they mix up the answers asked what did Anna say about the magazine, and you tick the answer of Jam. Don't do this. Read carefully the instructions. They give you some time. The person says now you have some time to look to question number 11 to 15. Like, you should have a bird's eye view of all that, and you should keep in mind that the 11th question is regarding an Emma or Anna or whatsoever you call it, whatever the name is, the George, Philip, Peter, whatsoever is the name. So in case if you mix up the conversation or if you get confused, then there are 99% chances that you might put the answer wrong on the answer sheet. Secondly, do not try to wait for the answer. If you have skipped something, you think that the conversation has gone ahead, leave that answer. You have to be very focused, because once the conversation has gone ahead and you are behind, and you just like you definitely will get confused rapidly. You would think that I should answer the question 11, 12, 13, then I should go to 14, but the conversation has reached to the answer where you are supposed to answer the question number 19. So if you have skipped something, forget about it, think properly, listen properly, sorry, and pick up the right answer for the right question. Losing 1 mark is better than losing 5 or 6 marks. These were the few listening tips from Adnan Ahmed. Thank you so very much for watching, and I would come up with new videos. Stay blessed. Thank you so much.